essential skill in 7 essential skills to build your career. We're going to focus on number 5, boosting communication and interpersonal effectiveness. This section consists of 4 lessons. CO01, getting on the same page, communication ground rules. CO02, tuning in for better listening. CO03, navigating employee conflicts for optimal results. And CO04, boosting communication by managing up and across. This lesson is called Boosting Communication by Managing Up and Across. Ideas for better communication with your team and your boss. In this module, we'll talk about your role in managing up and across. We'll talk about benefits, leadership skills required, and how to do it, how to manage up and across to ensure better communication. Your role in managing up, taking the initiative to communicate. The value of managing up, managing your relationships and managing your career. Survey says that most people leave positions due to a lack of supervisory input. For many people, the relationship with their boss is extremely important in terms of determining how happy they are at work. By learning to manage up, you can improve that relationship. Take the initiative to reach out and communicate more effectively. And managing up can be a great way to exercise your leadership skills within your current position. There are many benefits of managing up, as well as managing across to your peers. You can set common goals with your coworkers and managers. You can find common ground with others who don't think or work the way that you do. You can gain control over your workload by prioritizing, delegating, offering options, deferring, or setting parameters. You can improve the trust and credibility with your manager and others that you work with. And you can stand out and improve your reputation and your career. What is managing up or across? Well, it requires discipline and personal initiative to go above and beyond the assigned tasks, to guide your team and your department, and take responsibility for results and be accountable. This requires you to open channels of communication on a regular basis and ensure that everyone in the chain of command knows what you and your team is doing. Of course, the same process for managing up can also apply to managing across, managing coworkers, other teams, and other departments. Leadership skills are important in any profession, regardless of whether you have a title of manager or supervisor. Let's talk about the skills required to be an effective communicator. Whether you're currently in a management position or want to get into a management position, there are several skills that are required. Let's talk about the 6 C's of leadership. Caring and courteous. Don't underestimate the value of being nice. This C requires that you be empathetic and demonstrate that interpersonal relationships are important in getting work done and achieving goals. Another leadership skill is conflict resolution. Approach conflicts as opportunities to demonstrate your skills to reconcile, negotiate, and come up with appropriate solutions to problems that arise. Remember, not all conflict is negative. It can allow the team to think more creatively. Probably the most important C is communication skills. And when in doubt, over-communicate. Managing up and managing across require you to frequently and thoroughly communicate with team members and your manager, anticipating the information they'll need and providing that to them on a timely basis. Also important is remaining consistent and balanced. You want to balance logic with emotion. The minute emotion gets out of hand, you're not thinking as logically as you could be, and all your credibility will be lost. So remain calm and productive under pressure and cope well with change. Another important skill is creative problem solving. You want to approach problems with new and innovative ideas. This requires you to be open to other people's opinions, solicit their feedback and input, and employ creative problem-solving tools. Finally, important is to be competent, gaining skills you need to be effective in both technical and interpersonal areas. If you're technically competent, you may want to work on your interpersonal communication skills. If you're interpersonally effective, you may want to boost up your technical skills. So it's important to have both. Let's talk about how to put those skills to use to manage up and make sure that everyone is kept in the loop. When working with your boss, it's important to understand their goals and expectations. Have long, in-depth conversations with your boss about their strengths and weaknesses and their motivations. Understand their communication and decision-making styles. Are they more of a listener or a reader? For example, would they rather get an email report first and then talk about it, or would they rather talk about it and then receive a report to read about the details? Also understand what they're trying to accomplish at your organization and determine the best way to communicate with them, the best media, and how frequently they'd like to get information from you. If you don't know this information, ask them for their input and take their advice on how best to work with them. Self-awareness is important as well. So understand your own strengths and areas for improvement, as well as your own motivations and career goals. Set and manage the expectations that your boss has about you, but make communication a priority. Ask for details, ask a lot of questions, and follow up with emails as appropriate. You may want to get a mentor who's not your boss that can assist you with any questions that might come up. And certainly asking for feedback is extremely important to ensure that the communication channels are open. In working on any team, it's important to clarify roles and responsibilities, particularly with your boss. You want to make sure that your goals are aligned with their goals. So write out a plan with roles, goals, and deadlines, and ensure that you have the resources to do the work in terms of time, people, and budget. Stay organized and become known as a trusted source of information. So your communications have to be efficient, specific, and proactive. Be efficient and strive for clear and concise written communications. Don't waste your time writing lengthy emails or reports, and don't waste other people's time having to read through the paragraphs. So stick to the point. Use your subject line effectively, state the objective, propose a solution, present advantages and disadvantages, and then action items. Make sure that you're sticking to one topic per conversation or email, and park discussions in meetings that are not relevant. For emails, use bulleted lists, or even better, numbered lists, because those are more specific. And ensure that all of your communications are simple and straightforward. Be specific in terms of dates, times, amounts, and deadlines. Don't agree to vague assignments or tasks. And make sure that you're clarifying roles, goals, responsibilities, the budget, the timeline, and priorities. Ask your boss for specific details. Provide evidence and facts. And confirm your understanding. And of course, follow up with an email if appropriate. And strive to be proactive, not reactive. Think ahead and you'll get ahead. Anticipate what your manager will need to know and exceed those expectations. Raise your hand and volunteer for assignments, and repeatedly send emails with heads up or FYI just to keep your boss or your coworkers in the loop on progress you're making. Always think big picture and put yourself in your boss's shoes. What would your boss want to know, and what would make them feel more in control? And always maintain confidentiality, present problems factually and logically, and use statistics to support your points. Certainly, there are several interpersonal behaviors to avoid. Don't try to manipulate the situation. Always be honest and forthright. And don't let emotion take over. Eliminate any dramatic, alarmist, or emotional reactions to problems. Don't cover anything up. Be the first one to admit if there's any impending issues so your boss doesn't get surprised later on. And certainly don't get involved in office politics and gossip or badmouth your boss. That will lead to problems with trust and credibility, which is the cornerstone of your ability to manage relationships. In summary, strive to continually improve and communicate more efficiently, more specifically, and more proactively. Take responsibility for managing your relationship with your boss as well as your colleagues. Set realistic expectations for accomplishing work, and communicate as frequently as possible about your progress. Thank you. This has been a presentation of Eye to Eye Workplace. Congratulations, you just completed one of more than 30 modules from Eye to Eye Workplace. These modules are provided on YouTube for your benefit to preview the extensive training content of our management training modules. After 4 modules, you can take a multiple-choice online 10-question test based on the content of 4 of the videos on YouTube. There are tests available for team leadership, interviewing and hiring, talent management, performance management, communication, efficiency, and customer service. You'll earn a certificate of completion. For only $9.99, you can document your management success. Go to eyetoeyeworkplace.com/store, pay $9.99 for each module, and you'll get a link to the certification test. For more high-impact, low-cost training, follow Eye to Eye Workplace on LinkedIn and YouTube. Or visit our website at www.eyetoeyeworkplace.com. Thank you.